Welcome back to Under Oath. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Sitting next to me is my partner, attorney Craig Lynd. A lot of legal stuff out there. You know, every day there's somebody else who claims to know the law.
Yeah.
I got rights.
Uh-huh.
Does anybody know what their rights actually are, or they just like to say it?
I think they just like to say it.
Do you think these people have a clue what the Constitution actually is, and they're just, or the Bill of Rights? How about we go with the Bill of Rights? You think they know what's in the Bill of Rights?
No.
I don't think they do
I think
either.
generally speaking that if you do something they don't like, it's against their rights. It feels wrong, so it must be against whatever intangible right they have.
I've seen the don't touch me videos all day long. Police officers trying to arrest somebody. The person says, don't scream, touch me. I know my rights. I have the right to have a woman officer arrest me.
You obviously don't if you think that you can tell an officer not to touch you.
Okay. I have it figured out. I just feel bad talking about it.
Why?
Here's
Why do you feel
here's
bad?
the deal. Every one of these videos, I look into the eyes of someone who isn't built for adversity. The minute something goes wrong, even the slightest, they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to say, okay, we're good. I'll fight through this. I understand. They just lose their mind because they're not prepared for bad moments.
They can't handle rejection. They can't handle being told no. They can't handle not getting their way.
They can't handle losing. I remember when the first participation trophy was handed out, I thought to myself, we're going to have a problem. And for those who think I'm talking from a conservative standpoint, I'm talking from somebody who served in the military. And this is the way this works. They would work us hard so that we got used to it. They would run you till you almost fell down, so you'd get used to it, so you wouldn't quit. Now, what would happen if, for example, in our military, they said, all right, everyone goes for a run right now. And one guy goes, I'm just not feeling it. I don't want to do it. I don't like this. You can't tell me what to do. I know my rights. Then this person will not be prepared for bad stuff when it happens. And that's what happens to a lot of these children. You can see it in their eyes. And I've dealt a lot with mental health I've lost 3 people to mental health in the last 5 years because we're not prepared for bad stuff. And our parents aren't preparing us for bad stuff anymore.
That's the problem. Is it the parents' fault? Is it the school's fault? Where does the fault lie in producing such weak individuals?
If there's a parent in the house, it's the parent's fault. The parent allowed for it. The parent wanted to be their friend. The parent didn't want to teach their child what adversity was. The parent didn't want to say the simple word, no.
When did that happen? Because that didn't happen when I was a kid. Nobody had a problem in the 80s saying no to kids. When did parents start having problems?
It was a tough call. And I'm right about to say it, and I don't like it.
What, the millennials?
No, it's not. It's not generational. What it is when we take something out of the tool belt, then we have to replace it with something. For example, spanking kids. We used to spank kids.
Oh, we still do.
Well,
I still do.
I would say 90% of the parents don't anymore, when that number used to be significantly higher. So what did we replace it with? We replaced it with discussion.
Well, there's room on the menu for both of those things. You don't have to replace spanking. Here's my take on spanking. Your kid has to know that it's on the menu. I can get to a point where I'm going to get whooped. I don't want to get to that point. And my parent, my mom, my dad, they don't always go to that point immediately. It takes a while to get there. But I can eventually mouth off enough that I can get there if I really want to. And once they understand that, the discussions have a lot more sway. You can talk to them and have that sort of one-on-one rational discussion with them, at least try to logic with them, at least at first.
I feel
Did you ever spank your kids?
Not my daughter.
No?
No. And spanking Jacob was a
that's
failed
different.
experiment because he kind of looked at me. He didn't get it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Well, spanking somebody who doesn't get it, there's no point to that.
He's autistic, so he did not. I remember trying to spank him once, and he just kind of looked at me. He didn't get it.
I'm talking about Julia.
Julia, no, there was no.
Can Julia handle failure? Right now, today, something went wrong. What do you think? Honestly.
I don't know. It's a coin flip. The problem with Julia was she was so perfect. She never screwed up.
Yeah.
So she never,
really.
She never failed.
Ian, I'm not being facetious. I remember you talking about her as she growing up. You were always very proud of all the stuff she did.
I can't tell you 4 O's, 4 O's,
Yeah.
4 O's. Every teacher said, I want 20 kids just like her.
Yeah.
Only
But she's going to get out in the world.
Only twice did she step out of line. And she was like 2 or 3. And she got mad at me.
2 or 3 years old?
Yeah. Well, she was 3 or 4 maybe.
Yeah.
And I moved one of her people. You know, girls have like dolls and people, and she had these elaborate things, and I moved one intentionally to screw with her because I thought it was funny. She didn't find it funny. She came after me hard.
Oh.
She was mad. And I felt bad because I kind of brought that on.
Yeah.
The reaction was pretty significant, but you know, I wasn't quite sure to handle it. And about 2 years ago, she did this, I don't feel like giving you a hug thing.
Oh.
And I was not happy about that. And she's 17 years old.
Well, yeah, at 17, it's probably past the point of having spanking on.
But my problem is, I wish, and this is hard, I wish she would have failed earlier on.
You know, that's weird.
I know.
Because do you know what I wish for my son? He was always very friendly with people in high school. Very, very friendly. Everybody was his friend.
Yeah.
Everybody. And I remember thinking, man, this kid has never gotten his ass beat.
Not significant
He has
fight.
never gotten his ass beat. So you have to have that. I think as a boy, that has to happen at some point early on enough that you're not going to get killed over it. Like somewhere between 5th grade and like a senior year, somewhere you got to get your ass beat so that you're not going to die, and that it's not the worst thing in the world. You go to school the next day, you go back to your friends, you still have a life. You need to realize that getting beat up isn't the worst thing that can happen to you.
Even mentally, even this, I mean, a lot of different things. Like I was bullied as a kid. I had some kids in my school who were tough, and you know, I had to work through it. But if I didn't work through it, we've had incidents in courtrooms where a guy's tried to bully me in a courtroom.
I remember
this guy in a
we
trial.
talking about Tennessee? Yeah, I remember. I was there.
Yeah, this guy actually came.
Jeff's telling you the truth. Listen to this.
Judge didn't rule in his favor, and he got in my face like he wanted to fight.
I looked over. I'm like, is this going to happen right here in front of the jury?
It almost did. It almost did. And Craig was far enough away, and I knew the guy wouldn't come after Craig because you could tell size difference, you know. And I told him, I said, listen, I served in the Army. If you want to step outside, we can do that. And he was like, no. He just gave me a face. And Craig said to me, did this guy just try to start a fight with you? I go, yeah.
Yeah, he like bowed up, but then he unbowed. Like it was the weirdest thing.
And at the end of the trial, we were friends. At the end of the trial, he's like, oh,
that's how it goes a lot of times. And you know what? And that's how it goes in fights a lot of times.
Yeah. You
get in a fight with a guy, and then maybe not the next 20 minutes, but like the next day, you work it out.
Because you respect it.
Yeah.
You respect what they had to do. Now, I'm not saying that people should fight and we're gorillas and everything like that. But look in the eyes on these videos of the child, the adult, the college kid, the adult mother who just they look like they've lost their mind because they snap so easy.
Grown men screaming and crying at the top of their lungs because they're being arrested
for doing what they asked for.
Flinging. Oh yeah, they went there to get arrested. They wanted to be arrested. That's part of the deal. And it happens, and then they flip out.
It's because we don't have experiences anymore. Every experience we have is online. Every experience we have is in a video game. I mean, kids don't play sports like they used to. They don't have the same interaction. Socially, how do we meet up now? We never had to actually walk up to the person and fail on a date. You know, you had to walk over and ask them to go out.
Hey, we go out. You have to face rejection.
Will you go out with me? And hey, you ladies were tough.
I would rather sit on the chair the entire prom than risk having one of those girls tell me no, because if she tells me no, my life's over.
And now it's online. We spin the wheel. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll meet you for dinner. We didn't even get to dinner.
Yeah.
We weren't even there. And I think when you simplify things so much and you romanticize bad moments, that when the moment gets there and it's bad, you don't know how to deal with it. And I've seen that so much. And lawyers, this happens to lawyers. And I'm not going to mention names. There are 2 lawyers in town. I won't say what town.
In a town?
In a town. And they had done something shifty with the bar.
Oh.
They had done something bad. And they knew it was bad. And they tried to hide it. And they did everything else like that. When both of them were getting penalized.
They deleted stuff.
Oh, yeah. They deleted things from
I know
hard
what you're
drives.
talking about, yeah.
And the Florida bar went after them. And they had to.
Not
because,
really. Not really.
Well, the problem was this. Both of them were there. And this is how screwed up politics are. Both of them did the exact same thing. They were equally heinous. One of them got punished less because he said, I was in the military and I have PTSD. So that caused me to act poorly ethically.
Wow, I did not know that. That is a travesty of justice.
Yeah. So he got less of a penalty than his law partner who did the exact same thing.
That's outrageous.
Yeah. And the bar goes, oh, we feel bad. So even when the Florida bar had an opportunity to do something, they didn't.
They whiffed.
Because
it's society. It's not just parents.
They gave this guy a reverse participation trophy.
Yeah. The point you're making is it's not just parents. It's everybody that's in these people's lives. From the very agencies that are supposed to discipline them. They're looking to not discipline them first. And then if they have to, okay, well, we went through all the lists of excuses. You don't have any of those, so I guess we have to punish you begrudgingly.
Now, the problem I feel with this is PTSD is a serious thing. But to forgive a crime because somebody claims it. And it's like, well, hold on. You mentally intended to do something severe. You did. There's no issue. It wasn't like, oh, I freaked out and did it. No, it wasn't a split decision. It was a plan. You planned to do something really bad and you followed through with that plan. And it wasn't like a split second thing.
So let me get it straight. I'm in a Jeep and somebody fires a rocket at my Jeep. Doesn't hit us, comes real close.
Yeah.
Jeep rolls over from the concussion. Maybe I got hurt a little bit, had to go have my broken arm fixed. 20 years later, I can plan to steal documents, clients, money, opportunities.
Hide it
and delete it and cover up my tracks.
And deny I did it.
And then say, oh, well, you don't understand. My Jeep got shot at 23 years ago and I'm still dealing with that. Yeah. That's a slap in the face to the people who actually have PTSD. That's what that is. Now, we're going to put this guy in the same category as you.
Now, I do have some military memories, and it does cause me sometimes some anxiety. It might cause me to not understand a situation the way I would want to. It might cause me to get a little riled up. But to plan something and to do things where it's not a split decision action. Well, it was a stress over a period of time, but you colluded with somebody. This wasn't you alone. You and somebody else decided you were going to screw somebody over, and you did. And our society is going to go, well, I know you were partners with this person. And they did say, hey, you guys shouldn't be partners anymore. They're still partners. They're still working together. They're still doing this stuff.
What happened that we value mercy to the criminal more than compassion to the victim? How do we get there?
This is where we stand now. And this is where it goes back to everything. We don't care enough to make hard decisions. We don't care enough we don't want to look like the bad guy, even though we're clearly not. We're the parent. We're not the friend. And I think that's what we discovered when we were juvenile public defenders, 28 years ago, that parents refuse to accept the responsibility that their kid needs to be disciplined and that everybody else is wrong. And every parent we dealt with, it was the same thing.
Yeah, it was.
You and I used to sit there and go, oh, come on. Are we kidding here? And every parent that walked in, we knew the reason your kid is screwed up we're looking at the problem. It was you. You either didn't want to discipline them or you're bad too.
Yeah. Or you just weren't around to discipline them. You just let them do whatever they want with no guidance whatsoever.
Sorry for the preachy segment.